Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. It's your girl Jazz, and as promised, I am doing a comparison video between the two Samsung SmartTags. We have the Samsung Galaxy SmartTag and the Galaxy SmartTag Plus. I don't know why that is such a tongue twister for me. Alright, to start off, they look just about identical. So my right hand has the original SmartTag and my left hand has the SmartTag Plus. It is a little bit heavier, the Plus, versus the original. That's what I'm going to identify them as, just because I know that it's easily going to be a tongue twister for me. So we got the original and then we've got the Plus. Outside of the size, color-wise, you can both get them in black. However, the original also comes in an oatmeal color, so you can see it right here. And the Plus comes in black, as I mentioned, and a denim color, which is going to be right here. So that's one of the differences. Other than the size, as I mentioned, the Plus is a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier, but it's not too where it's like, oh my gosh, this is super heavy. No, it's very minimal, and I didn't even notice it until I actually had them both in my hands. So when I picked them up individually, I didn't really notice a difference in the weight until I picked them up and compared them. Even if I put them one in front of the other, I don't notice too much of a difference. Maybe 5 or 6 centimeters, or millimeters, excuse me. Centimeters, yes, I would notice, but it's very minimal. You really can't even tell if I'm holding it, directly. But you do see that the Plus, which is my left hand, is a tiny bit thicker, but once again, it's a little bit heavier as well. Now we're gonna go for the price point. The original comes at a price tag of $29.99, which isn't too bad, especially if it saves you time searching for things. Now the Plus is going to be a little bit pricier with an additional $10 for $39.99. Now keep in mind, you can get deals where you can get multiples in a pack, whether it be 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you're looking for. They both use the CR battery, CR2032. I cannot tell you, unfortunately, how long the battery lasts, because it's all going to depend on how often you use it, and as well as the brand of battery that you use. I don't have a way of comparing, oh, X brand, you can have it for 5 days. This brand, you can have it for a year. It all depends on how often you use them and things like that. And also the volume that you have. So there's a lot of varying factors to determine the battery life. So it all depends on your usage and how you use it. Both of them are going to be strictly for Samsung devices. It's not Android versus Apple anymore. It's going to be strictly Samsung versus Samsung. The original, you can use it on any Samsung device. The only difference between the original and the Plus is going to be AR technology, which is the Augmented Reality, which I did mention whenever I reviewed them individually. So I did do the original Samsung SmartTag by itself, as well as the SmartTag Plus. So again, this is just a comparison between the two. So everything that the SmartTag does, the SmartTag Plus can do. And again, you can use them on any devices, unless you want to use the Plus for the Augmented Reality. That's only going to be used on the newer technology phones. And I did a heavy sigh because it's a bit frustrating, because if you are going to get the Plus, you are going to spend the $10 more, but if you don't have the technology with your gadgets, it's going to be worthless at that point. And I'd say worthless in regards to the augmentation. You can still use it to find your devices. So the technology that you can use for the augmented reality is using the ultra wideband, or the UWB, which is going to be on a lot of the newer technologies. So unless you have the Samsung Galaxy Note Ultra, the 20, you're not going to be able to use it. So if you're like me and you have just the original Note, not the Ultra, the original Note 20, you're not going to be able to use it. So I technically can't even use the Smart. I had to steal somebody else's phone. I say that jokingly. They do know I have it. I had to use their Ultra to be able to use it. And it's actually a pretty cool technology that they have. I was thinking that it was going to be a little bit more of kind of an X-ray vision, so you can, see the device through maybe a towel or the seat cushions, whatever it's underneath that you can't see it with. But I'm actually going to do a screen record to show you exactly how that works. If I realize this is not my phone. If you are in a household with multiple people, you can easily share the technology. So you don't have to install and uninstall each individual device, because it cannot be connected to multiple phones at a time. So you would have to share it. So as a parent, or the head of the household, however you want to phrase it, you can just share the device. You don't have to uninstall for each person to use. So as I mentioned, we're going to use the augmentation to be able to see where the device is. I have a towel right here. I know it's a little dingy looking, but this is Monger's towel. So it's probably his fur that's making it look a little dingier then. Here's the device. I'm setting it underneath the towel. Monger's being antisocial today. Sorry to his fans. So we're going to find using camera, and the closer I get to it, and obviously it's not 100% accurate because I'm literally hovering over it and it's telling me that it's a foot away. So the further I get away, the more distance I have from the device. So it'll give you fairly accurate right until you're hovering right above 0.6 of a foot. I guess that's how thick the towel is. Let me actually see how that works. I won't get any closer than that. So I guess a foot is probably about the closest that you're going to get within it. So I'm just trying to play around with it to see how the distance works. And then if, you know, you do get close to it within a foot or two and you're like, well, where is my device? You're going to be able to hear it. That is the primary and the number one difference between the two devices. They both can use Bluetooth at up to 120 meters or 360 feet away from your phone. But once again, the augmentation is going to be strictly on the Plus. Neither one of the devices need any additional purchases, so you don't have to worry about any type of subscription or anything like that. As long as you've got a Samsung device, you'll be able to use both of them. But if you want to use the AR and spend the extra $10 for the upgraded Samsung Plus, then you would need to make sure that you have the Note 20 Ultra or the 21 regular Note Ultra, as well as the new. So the Galaxy S21 is going to be also have the new technology, which hasn't been released yet. You've got the Galaxy Fold that's going to be coming out, and that's going to have the technology. So my assumption, at least, all of from 21 to whatever they upgrade to is going to have the ultra wideband, which is going to give you the augmentation. So if you don't have the Note 20 Ultra and you don't plan on getting the newer ones, I would strongly not suggest getting the, spending the extra $10 and getting the Plus, because that's going to make the difference between whether you spend $30 or $40. Personally, since I have access to someone else's phone that I can steal all the time, the Plus is going to be a huge benefit. So that way I can visually see how far I am from my Roku remote, because that's the number one thing that I'm always losing. Although Samsung, can we get something that other than just these two little devices, maybe, we can still have the SmartTags, but can we have it a little bit more where it's, kind of like a sticker or something, or, something similar to that. So that way I don't have to worry about super gluing this to my devices, such as my remote, and make it a lot easier, because I will be gluing something to that remote so I can find it. It's driving me insane. So as of right now, these are the only two SmartTags that are available from Samsung specifically. There are other devices. You've got the Apple Air as well as the Tile, which I'll be doing a comparison between the SmartTag Plus, you got the Tile, the Apple Air tag. So I'll go ahead and do that one coming up next. If you have any questions, you can drop them down below. Personally, just save some money. Just stick with the Samsung original. Y'all know I'm cheap. If you've seen any of my videos, I'm going to go the cheapest route possible. Especially if it prevents me from having to buy a whole new brand new phone just to get one little added technology. And still saves me $10. Do you realize how many cheeseburgers I can buy with that? Do you know how many food reviews I could do with that $10? Which I think I might be doing next because I'm a little hungry. Alright guys, if you want to see some more of my craziness, go ahead and subscribe. In the meantime, stay tuned, stay jazzy. Thanks for watching, guys.